I don't know what they're gonna do.
Scary.
I just know it's not gonna work.
Oh, you look cold.
Hammond's lap's going well.
Yeah, isn't it?
Car fanatics rejoice as Season 3 of the Grand Tour begins on Amazon Prime, where hosts Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and the great James May, who's joining me right now all the way from London. James, come in, James.
Hello, Jeff. Are you there?
Yes, James, I'm here. How's London?
Well, it's a bit colder in London, I suspect, and it's also starting to get dark because it is now 20 past 4. That's late here.
Well, thanks for talking to me today about Season 3 of the Grand Tour.
No, it's a pleasure.
Now, James, I am the least car guy you're ever going to find. I know nothing about cars, but there's something about you, Jeremy, and Richard. Just it's so funny and so exciting. What's the appeal of attracting non-car guys like me who can't even change the oil of his car?
Well, you're not alone there because two of the presenters and not me, they don't know how to change the oil on a car either. So that's not really what it's for. It's a car-themed adventure show, if you like, or sitcom or something like that. So it's very gratifying if we have people like you who aren't car nerds but who like our show, because that's the idea. The world is full of hardcore car shows, a lot of them very, very good. And that satisfies, the cravings and the needs of the real top-shelf car enthusiasts. But our show is meant to sort of celebrate and equally deride the popular ideas about cars and driving for the masses. We're the sort of Henry Ford's Model T of car shows.
Now, James, Season 3 of the Grand Tour takes you all over the world. You go to Colombia, China, Mongolia. But the very first episode, you start right here in America, in Detroit, where the auto industry began for America.
Yes, indeed. It's even for us Brits, I mean, we're detached from this sort of thing, but we understand what Motown was about and what it meant, not least because of all the American films we've seen where muscle cars and Motown and so on features, and of course we listened to the music when we were kids and so on. So it's a bit of a pilgrimage, but it's a very cool city, Detroit. It has its problems, obviously, but it's got a very nice buzz about it, which we enjoyed when we were there, and it was great to have the streets to play around with and sort of reenact some of those 60s and 70s glory days of basically being a bit of an ass in your muscle car on the streets of Detroit. But it was very, very special. And it's part of celebration of that, but not entirely. We're also, we look to the future a bit and we look at what Detroit is becoming now, which I rather like. I like what Detroit is becoming.
What is the budget for our show?
Smaller than it was.
Yeah, not big enough.
All right, James, there's a rumor going around for Season 3 that you guys actually set a helicopter on fire?
Yes, you're right, we do. That's where our pickup trucks test. A few things go slightly wrong in that.
All right, the last 2 seasons, you actually have a traveling tent that goes around with you as you guys go around the world. You guys are literally a traveling circus, aren't you?
Yes, well, we don't. The tent doesn't travel as much as it did in the first 2 seasons. It now stays in the same place, but it is a tent. Yes, the studio is a large tent like the tents in MASH, if you can remember those, and the audience comes to it. Remarkably, people do want to come and sit in a tent that flaps around in the wind and watch us sitting around a table talking about cars. It's strangely popular, and a lot of people have been asking me today, as they have historically, what is the secret? What makes it work? And we just don't know. It is a complete mystery.
Now, we have to mention your co-hosts, Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond. There's just something about this perfect trifecta. You guys have the ultimate chemistry. So are you guys as good friends off-screen as you are on?
But we don't really see very much of each other off-screen because we already spend a lot of our lives together anyway. And, when that's finished, so if I could go home to the woman I love and who loves me or continue to spend time with Jeremy Clarkson, I think which I'd rather do. It's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? But I think the secret to the chemistry, it's a lot of it is down to hard work. It's actually quite a lot of work to make a show like this, and a certain amount of it is down to sort of mutual loathing and distrust, in the same way that it is with rock bands and the casts of long-running TV soaps. I expect the people in Friends all hated each other. I was about to say the people in The Simpsons, but then I remembered that's a cartoon, so that's not really true, is it?
Well, James, you guys are doing something right because Amazon already greenlit Season 4 of the Grand Tour. Is Amazon treating you guys right?
Yeah, they treat us very well. We don't see them that often, to be honest. They leave us alone. They don't complain about it very much that we do. We're quite good at policing ourselves. We've all agreed to do season 4, which is going to be a series of specials, and we're all very pleased. We went out for a nice big supper together and got a bit drunk, so the relationship must be quite healthy.
Hey, and finally, James, I hear that for season 3 of the Grand Tour, you guys came to Las Vegas, my hometown.
Yes, we do come to Las Vegas briefly. We're actually in the desert in Nevada, and we drive up into Arizona as well, but very briefly. Actually, not me, because I'm not in that scene, but the other two drive into Vegas for an evening. And I was there a couple of years ago because I made part of my Cars of the People documentary in Vegas. I was driving a Lamborghini through it. It's rather good.
Well, James, to wrap me up here, thank you so much for talking to me today. But I had to tell you, I think one of the greatest episodes in television history is when you guys converted a van and made it into a hovercraft. I just thought that was the greatest episode. And to this day, I just think it's fantastic.
Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much. We'll try and keep doing it for as long as we can.
Whoa! Oh, he's gone over the edge!
Again.
Oh, my giddy up! Ow! Get off, son!
All right, you can catch season 3 of the Grand Tour on Amazon Prime. And for more reviews and interviews, you can surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.